Imagine if you've been told by your company, one of the most revered and esteemed British businesses over the last 100 years, that, well, sadly they can't afford to pay you your bonus or indeed the extras that you've achieved over many different years. And this is because profits have come tumbling down, and this is of course during the tenure of Dame Sharon White. Remember her? Yes, she was the woman that literally, well, ran Waitrose. The BBC loved her so much they did a profile on her. Yes, that didn't help, and that didn't get people through the doors. The problem with stores like this and, other major chains is that they've fallen victim, of course, to all the wokery and all of the things that are attached with that. But I think the worst thing, I don't know if you agree, chums, is that the fact that obviously the hard workers, the people that have been inside the store for many different years, and many got sacked for having certain beliefs that they wouldn't curtail with because this was the direction of travel that this particular business decided to go down, well, they left. Many, of course, didn't receive, as I say, bonuses due to the inept management style. So it's strange to think that even though there's no money and apparently there's no profits to be had, well, they've still gone down this particular route. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you, chums. You all right? Thank you so much for your time. Welcome back, yes, and welcome one and all brand new subscribers. Lovely to see you. And as I often say, be nice to the other chums, have a conversation if you can, and don't be shy to get involved, but always be polite and kind. I don't know about you, but I've never worked in a company where you got a bonus or anything like that. I've always just got the salary, I've never ever, even when I worked in hotels and all that sort of stuff, it didn't matter what you did, you just got the flat rate. This was the uniqueness of somebody like John Lewis and Waitrose, They were sort of part of a partnership and they like to brand themselves of that. Hence the reason the staff worked incredibly hard and for many years built up an excellent reputation. Remember their slogan? Never knowingly undersold. And if you could find it somewhere cheaper, then apparently they would match that up. Well, if you remember, they announced recently, of course, that for the very first time in their history almost, they were unable to pay sort of dividends and bonuses because, well, the company didn't make a profit. And some suggest it was all down to the management style. I'll leave it there. But of course, as I've often said here on the show, these people move on to bigger and better jobs. They make an absolute hash of it, but somehow, somewhere, somebody thinks they're a great find and they'll give them more work. You and I would just be on the scrap heap because we would be seen as a total failure. So it comes as a bit of a shock, and I'm sure to many different people, to find that if you go into Waitrose now, or John Lewis here on Oxford Street, all the way around their store is the rainbow banner. Now, this would have cost a lot of money, let me tell you. Not just because of the, logistics, but then of course you've got the workmen to put it all the way around. And when you go in the store, you're almost smacked in the teeth with all the flags, etc. Now, I'm not against anybody or anything like that, but nobody really cares. So why are they going down this route? Well, now, if you look at it and you listen to some of the staff, they're very much infiltrated with this wokerati. And you and I, the customer, well, you can take a hike because, they're too busy, of course, having chats on their little Madonna headsets to actually be bothered about serving the customer. They're all very quick to tell you their pronouns, but can you find the prunes? No, they're not bothered. So if I was working for Waitrose or John Lewis, would you actually think the management were in fact being very honest with you? If you could still go down this route of spending thousands of pounds, who knows how much, across all the stores to celebrate Pride Month, well, how much money would that have been, say, in bonuses, however small? Anybody else agree? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.